Have you ever felt like your childhood made you too serious, too careful, or too hard on yourself? Maybe you grew up with strict rules, high expectations, little room for mistakes, and constant pressure to behave the right way. And now, as an adult, you sometimes wonder if that upbringing took something from you. But what if it also gave you something rare? What if the very things you thought were limitations are actually quiet strengths most people never develop? Psychology shows that strict childhood environments don't just shape behavior, they shape personality, awareness, and inner skills in ways that often go unnoticed. And while it may have felt heavy at the time, many people who grew up this way carry qualities that make them deeply capable, emotionally perceptive, and surprisingly resilient. If this sounds familiar, here are 4 hidden qualities you may have developed because of a strict childhood. Number 1, you have exceptional self-discipline. Research indicates that children raised with firm boundaries and clear rules often develop strong internal regulation. When you grow up being told what's acceptable and what's not, your brain learns to monitor itself very closely. As an adult, this shows up as self-control that most people struggle to build. You can push through tasks even when you don't feel like it. You're reliable. You don't easily give in to impulses. You're able to delay gratification and think long term. You may not even notice this about yourself because it feels normal. But for many people, staying consistent, focused, and disciplined is a lifelong battle. For you, it's almost automatic. What once felt like constant restriction trained you to be someone who can handle responsibility, build routines, and follow through when others give up. Number 2, you are highly aware of other people's emotions. Psychology shows that children in strict households often become very observant. When rules are tight and consequences are serious, you learn to read the room quickly. You become sensitive to tone, facial expressions, and mood shifts. You learned early on how to sense when something was wrong, when someone was upset, or when it was better to stay quiet. As an adult, this becomes emotional intelligence. You notice things others don't. You can tell when someone is uncomfortable, even if they don't say it. You understand unspoken tension. You're good at navigating social situations carefully and respectfully. What started as a survival skill turned into a powerful ability to understand people deeply. Number 3, you are mentally resilient. Growing up with strict expectations often means you faced pressure from a young age. You were told to do better, be better, try harder. While this may have felt overwhelming, research indicates that early exposure to structured challenges can build strong coping mechanisms. You learned how to handle stress before many of your peers ever had to. As an adult, this shows up as calmness in difficult situations. You don't panic easily. You can tolerate discomfort. You can handle pressure without falling apart. You've already been through emotional difficulty early in life, which makes everyday problems feel more manageable. You may not see yourself as strong, but others likely do. They may come to you when things go wrong because you stay steady. Number 4, you have a deep sense of responsibility and maturity. Many people who grew up in strict homes had to grow up faster than others. You learned to take things seriously early on. You didn't have as much room to be careless, loud, or reckless. As an adult, this often shows up as maturity beyond your age. You think before you act, you consider consequences, you're dependable. People trust you because you don't treat important things lightly, and you might sometimes wish you could be more carefree. But this maturity is something others admire and rely on. Research shows that early structure can create a strong internal moral compass. You know what feels right and wrong. You value integrity. You don't easily cross lines, and that's rare. If you grew up in a strict environment, you may still carry some difficult feelings from that time. Maybe you feel like you missed out on freedom. Maybe you're still learning how to relax or be less hard on yourself. But at the same time, you likely carry strengths that came directly from that experience: self-discipline, emotional awareness, resilience, maturity. These are not small qualities. These are the foundations of strong, capable, trustworthy people. You are not too serious. You're grounded. You're not too careful. You are thoughtful. You're not too hard on yourself. You're someone who learned to aim high. Your childhood shaped you in ways that are deeper than you realize. And while it may have been strict, it also quietly built a version of you that can handle life with awareness, strength, and intention. If this resonated with you, you're not alone. And there's so much more to understand about the hidden ways your past shaped who you are today. Subscribe for more psychology insights that help you see yourself in a new, empowering light.